Askreddit thread. What would be the shittiest use of the ability to time travel? Get in time machine and travel back a minute to stop yourself from getting in time machine. And then passionately kiss yourself just to see how it feels. And if I know me, there's going to be some tongue involved. If I know me, I'll just end up friend zone. If you force yourself on yourself, is it rape or masturbation? Technically sex addiction. You literally can't stop yourself from touching yourself. Dude, why is there not a horror movie about drunken regnant assholes getting shit-faced and raping their terror-stricken sober selves from earlier that morning? Deliverance. Deliverance 2. Back to the sender. Yes. It's not gay when you do it to yourself. Does that apply to blowjobs as well? It's giving yourself a blowjob. That's not gay. That's masturbation. Think about all the hand jobs you gave yourself. That's not gay. Or that time you were standing naked in front of the mirror and your penis touched the glass so it looked like two dicks are touching. That's not gay either. Or that time you gave yourself reverse stranger by sitting on your own dick until it fell asleep so it felt like you were jerking somebody else off. Nothing gay about that. I know how I'm spending my evening. In the hospital. I think you may be projecting a bit there. Well, actually, that's just a reflection. I can see myself enter the time machine while seeing myself from the time machine. Yoda, can you land a TARDIS in a TARDIS? Yes, the Doctor did this a few times in the special shorts where the Doctor meets himself. Relevant XKCD. Hi, Rob. Whoa, you're B. About time. You're about to have an idea for a time machine. I am. Whack. Hey, Rob, what's up? Nothing. This happens somewhere roughly once a month. I will never not upvote this. Have you ever seen the movie Primer? That's a movie that requires more than one watch. I think that's the only time travel movie I didn't like in the world. It's really hard to follow. But I can imagine to myself that if we ever really did figure out time travel, it would be like this. Related, I watched that movie for the first time last night and thought it was fantastic. You will inevitably need an explanation for the last half hour, but holy shit. Oh yeah, Primer, it's actually on Netflix too. So watch this movie and then search out Primer on Reddit because there's no way you'll get that ending. And you might get it if you watch it again though, because it's a doozy. It's a good movie. I liked it. I love time travel though, so I'm kind of biased. Go back in time and steal usernames on websites like Reddit. Hey, chefs, watch out, this gal and potentially 6 or 7 others are coming for you. Wishes? I wish I'd known that earlier. Clock moves back 15 minutes. Okay, you've got 2 wishes left. The Flying Dutchman isn't going to be able to eat us because I wish that he was a vegetarian. Oh, I remember that episode. They sucked out my internal organs, and they took some Polaroids and said I was a darn good sport. And, as a way of saying thank you, they offered to transport me back to any point in history that I could care to go. And so I had them send me back to last Thursday night so I could pay my phone bill on time. Weird Al, everything you know is wrong. Reddit proves yet again that I do not possess a single original thought or observation. I just had an argument with my husband, and he swears he didn't say something that I swear he did. Using time travel to settle that dispute would probably be the shittiest use, totally pointless in the grand scheme of things. Pointless, yes, but I bet people would shell out a ton of money for the use of that technology. It would probably ruin quite a few marriages, too. That one episode of Black Mirror, where everyone recorded every waking moment of their lives through their eyes and were able to go back and review every fight and bad decision, was scary, to say the least. It really highlighted why it's a good thing we don't have perfect photographic memory. Also, though, you could show and share the memories, which was controversial. It was a great episode. That sounds like a nice idea for a short story. Visiting famous sculptors as soon as they completed their masterwork and breaking its arms off. So, Michelangelo, this is your David. Be terrible if something were to happen to it. Proceed for several minutes to break off the arm before giving up and snapping off the penis. Why you do this, Michelangelo whines. Shut up, you tell him. But what you're doing is just gay, Michelangelo complains as his penis falls to the ground. Walking home from school, you get kidnapped by evildoers. They confiscate your cell phone and throw you in a cage to starve, but little do they know you have the power to travel through time. So you go back in time and store some food in your underwear so you won't be hungry. And a bottle of water. What's up now, evil doing kidnapper? I'm exhausted. My underwear nourishments and I'm not hungry. Guess I'll go back in time and eat that tuna sandwich again. It's like bulge, bro. The food would be obvious and uncomfortable in your underwear. The only logical thing to do is put it in your colon. In a way, isn't that what we all do? Whoa there, Jaden. I would start fucking with them and each time bring more food. Trash can. Remember a trash can. Oh, that was a good one. Starting a business where we find your lost item, but really we go back and steal it and sell it back to you. Skipping the commercials. I'd imagine it would be a lot like when you recorded something off cable. A little more, whoops, too far, just rewind a tiny bit, and fuck, now we're at the beginning again. Okay, slower this time. What the hell, it just went all the way to the end. Gah, dies. So, the movie Click. Except Adam Sandler isn't blowing his load on your eyes. I think you saw a different Click. My uncle said it was a special version. Use time machine to stop that movie being made. Yeah, that's pretty shitty, alright. I liked Click, though. Wanting to watch every Friends episode aimed for the live studio audience forever. Travel back to the same taping enough times so that you make up the entire audience. Eventually, you'll become all the characters as well, and then the writers and producers. Soon, you are the face of modern television. You could slowly start replacing the television viewers as well to maximize viewership and loyalty to the show. This comment thread has suddenly turned into the plot of a very interesting movie. Being John Malkovich. My girlfriend would probably kill to do this. That's because Friends is it's a funny show. The question was shittiest, not best. And he nailed it, Foggy. Time travel to the World Trade Center and the Pentagon on 9/11, 1 hour before the attack, just to set up a camera and get the best possible coverage of the whole thing to sell later. Watched Nightcrawler last night? Jake Gyllenhaal was so fucking weird in that movie. So badass, though. I loved that movie. While you are at it, set up internal cameras to see if jet fuel can melt steel beams and cameras. Jet fuel can melt plastic cameras in 4K. That would really put some wind in the 9/11 truthers sales. But as you set up perfect camera video footage for the attacks, place your dick in the frame, somewhere they can't really edit out. So every news station worldwide would play your perfectly high-def quality footage with a giant cock-shaped blur in the center of the frame. That's perfect. Finding out the highest rated comment on a Reddit post, then traveling back so you can post it, so you collect that sweet, sweet fake karma. 7/2015, solid Oxygen 8008 sees top rated Reddit posts. Putin and the PM of Australia looking like Star Trek villains. Travels back 2 days and posts same picture with the same title and the same subreddit. Receives 2 upvotes and 1 comment. Logs into Reddit to see top rated posts. Putin and PM of Australia looking like Star Trek villains. Posted by another user on the front page. Well, I mean, someone has to post the OC to steal, right? Perfect scores in Minesweeper. Hey, 18-year-old Max. Wait, what is this? Haha, I was expecting you this time, you bastard. So, you set up a trap for your future self. After all that I've done for you, you haven't done anything for me. You've been actively trying to ruin my life since I was a kid. How is it ruining your life? If I warn you about oncoming calamities. Also, a net? Really? That's the whole problem. You're not letting me find out for myself. How do I know I would have broken up with my girlfriend if you hadn't pointed it out? Try thinking with your brain for a change. Oh yeah, that's really mature. Ha, talk about irony. That was sarcasm. Right, I know. Hence, the irony. What? No. I wouldn't want to ruin your life by revealing anything. Stop it. I don't know what you're doing. No doubt. Just like I know what you're going to do. Ugh, fine. Tell me, then leave. Nope. Sorry, you blew it this time. What? I'm keeping my mouth shut for another 2 years. Have fun making your own mistakes. Stop. What will I? Ugh, see you at age 20. Awesome series, Ramses. How do I have not seen it before? This is great. The thing that really got me is how you refer to yourself as we and us in the first post. I feel like I probably would have understood this a little bit better. No, I understood it just fine. It's just it wasn't that great. But I mean, I could have read it a lot better if I just made an effort to make 2 different voices for it. I can make different voices. They're not good voices, but I can do it. Going back in time so that I made it to the bathroom on time and didn't shit myself last week. Really, that depends on the circumstances of you shitting yourself. Shitting yourself in the wrong situation can change your life. Doc, do you realize what you have done, Marty? You could have collapsed the space-time continuum and imploded the universe. Look on the bright side, Doc. At least I didn't shit myself. Marty, you shit yourself. It's everywhere. Some guy on the treatment center, a little piece got in my mouth. Oh man, I can't wait for the 2nd season to come out. I think it comes out next week, actually. Wouldn't this be the most unshitty use? No, the shit still exists. It's just in a different place. A better place. Poop in your hand so you can travel back in time to put it together with your last poop and flush them both at the same time to save water. Probably the shittiest way to use the time travel ability. You're the hero that California needs. Going back in time to buy gas when it was cheaper, and then coming back to present time to count it out. Then coming back to present time to count it out and sell it Always Sunny in Philadelphia style. Oh hell, that's just good investing. You'd effectively be buying a barrel of gas, then holding on to it for 30 years as the price climbed. I imagine time travel isn't cheap though. The real question is whether you can make enough money to turn a profit. Yeah, but you came back with leaded gas. Oh, that episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was funny. Going back in time to spoil big movie and TV secrets, yelling Darth Vader is Luke's father outside of theaters the day Empire is released, yelling Bruce Willis is a ghost during the Sixth Sense premiere, etc. Alternatively, find a random forum and drop spoilers for upcoming movies in mysterious ways. Do this for lots of movies, ones with big nerd following obviously, on different forums, always using the same username. Become a legend on the internet as studios scramble to find out who the mystery employee is. Dibs on Wiz War Lizard for a handle. Going back in time to change your initial comment in Reddit instead of just editing your post. I mean, the shittiest use. Go back in time, 1937, and give Hitler some good detailed modern atomic weapons research. That would be pretty shitty. Oh shit. I think we can go shittier. Go back in time. Give the Aztecs modern tech in a world map. Tell them that the Zype Totec demands more sacrifices. Lots more. It'd be kind of cool to retroactively see Crusader Kings 2 Sunset Invasion DLC become an actual history. Going back in time to be the one to tell the punchline of a joke all your friends laughed at when someone else told it. Hey, OP said shittiest, not saddest. I would buy delicious cake and eat it, then go back in time and eat it. I'd probably do that about 15 times in a row. Oh man, my grilled cheese is cold. Time travel to the beginning of Earth only to die from lack of oxygen. Ordering a pizza, then using it to jump to half hour from prior present point so it seemingly arrives at your door in an instant. Going back in time to check whether I really turned off the stove. Sending robots who were supposed to look like everyday humans but instead look like German bodybuilders back in time to kill a single human female. Sounds vaguely familiar. Was that the plot of a Doctor Who episode? Nah, it was something with termites. Quantum Leap. No, I think it was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Traveling back in time to avoid the incident in which you accidentally answered your phone before looking at the caller ID, only to discover an extremely charismatic telemarketer who kept you on the phone for over an hour and eventually talked you into purchasing subscriptions to 6 different magazines you had absolutely no real interest in reading. You know you can hang up, right? I sometimes let them talk for a bit because I don't want to be rude. The other day I let them talk for 5 minutes and I said I had work, so call me back after that. The guy just hangs up straight away. No bye, no okay, no thank you for your time, just hangs up. Rude as... As an ex-telemarketer, I can tell you he didn't say goodbye because you let him talk for 5 minutes. The longer you stay on the phone, the better the chances of making a sale is. If you keep someone on the phone for 5 minutes, you've got a really good chance at making the sale. Like 25% compared to the normal chance, about 1 to 3%. So you telling him you're busy was probably a big letdown for him. Also, any call that goes for more than a couple minutes is usually being listened to by a supervisor, so him not making the sale makes him look bad to management. So it's even more frustrating to not make a sale. Finally, when you're making 200 plus calls a day, the 10 seconds it takes to say goodbye and wait for you to say it back adds up quick. And since most telemarketers get paid a low hourly, they make all their money on commissions, so this time is important. That's basically what I figured. How that whole system worked. Go back in time and stop the discovery of time machines. Traveling to the future at the rate of 1 second per second. I would go back in time to drop a key from my second story home into hands to myself. In because I locked myself out. To make sure that Tom Cruise did get the starring role in Shawshank. Going back in time to redo the shit of the day. Over and over for eternity. Just eternity doing a shit. The same shit, over and over. Bringing back Hitler. You know how Native Americans were wiped out by diseases they were not immune to because they had not been in contact with other humans for tens of thousands of years? Maybe traveling tens of thousands of years in the past to meet your ancestors would not be a very bright idea. Clearly, the shittiest use of time travel would be to use it to go forward in time at the normal pace of time. The devil's DeLorean. To slap your dad's ass during your own conception. Sometimes I like to tweak the past so that the future won't happen quite as it once did. It keeps things interesting. Other times, I like to give people a glimpse of what's to come. TLDR. I'm just an idiot with an unstable frame, so I make time and traveling into a game. I would go 1 day into the future and tell myself yesterday's lottery's numbers. That should do it. You know what happens if you bring back the sports almanac, though? Give a collection of World War II history books to Hitler. Checking the top comment from this thread and going back in time to post that comment first. Okay, so some interesting ones. As a whole, though, a lot of just repeats.